And we're recording. All right. So, welcome back. This is lesson number 2. So last week we did a little bit of preliminary stuff. We asked Cindy, uh, what what stuff do you know about French? What kind of stuff do you want to learn about French? And what kind of French words have you already experienced or encountered in English? So again, bonjour, je m'appelle Colby, ou vous m'appelez McPenguin, Penguin, ça m'est égal. Donc, today we are going to continue on from our lesson. Let me get my notes. If I didn't do a proper introduction last time, I am a French teacher. I teach French in high school, in public school in Hawaii. And so I teach grades 9 to 12. And at my school, there are 4 levels of French. So French 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so if I refer to like my French 1 students, of course, they're beginners. French 4 would be the more advanced ones. And in Hawaii, one academic school year of a language is kind of like the equivalent to 1 semester in college, or at least here in Hawaii. Um, so yeah, today, what is our lesson today? We're going to be continuing on with a little bit more numbers. We talked about some common expressions, how to introduce yourself. And we're going to continue on with a little bit more common expressions and how to ask, how are you? Okay. And then maybe we'll get into some time stuff. Okay. So let me go ahead and see if Cindy is waiting. And then we'll get started. Sorry, give me 1 second. How's everybody's day going? I do put this on YouTube, so if you folks want to recap, please check out my other video, my first video, and then for the next video, I will also have that up. I'm so excited. Okay, and then Cindy also had wanted me to do a, what is it called? A tarot card reading for her afterwards. So, folks are interested, for those of you on YouTube, leave a comment down below, or you can join me after my lessons, and I might do it on stream. Let me just send her the link. Okay. So I do have my laptop open because I use my PC to stream and to do all of my work, and then my laptop is for my job, and it is a Mac, so it's a lot easier to put like circumflexes, accents, different like nuances that it's kind of difficult or confusing to do on a PC. So I'm excited. Dual monitors, dual kind of screens, dual production here. Okay. Oh, meeting passcode. Is it meeting passwords? It is the first thing in the morning. Let's see, any other things? While we wait for Cindy to come on. Nope, never mind. Here we go. Hi, Cindy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for our next lesson.
Yes.
Again, I am streaming this on Twitch, but more so, I am gonna be uploading these to YouTube. So if you ever wanna like go back and reference and like listen to your own voice, they're on YouTube. They're gonna be on my. They're the last lesson is on my YouTube channel. So if you ever want to review and stuff, there
Oh, what's your
it's there.
YouTube?
My YouTube, I'm gonna plug it in. My YouTube is
I,
Mr. McPenguin. So let me see. Let me
I
check.
should have known.
Mr. McPenguin. Yeah. So Mr. McPenguin. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so the whole hour long lesson from last week is on there. So I'm definitely gonna be putting that this week's lesson up there as well. Same thing, just so that if anybody else in the future wants to either join us or wants to learn, we don't have to start from the beginning. We can just send them the information. But it's pretty like
Okay.
we do. I like to do a little bit of a review also, aside from like
Sure.
adding on, of course. So let's dive in. If you remember from last week, what were some of the things that we talked about? And of
You know
course,
how to say name is.
how to say what?
My name is.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me ask you. Uh, comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Cindy.
Oh, bon travail. Parfait. Okay. Let's see. What else? What are some other things that we did learn? If you, I see you're in the Jamboard. So, just taking a look at some of the other things that we did learn.
So sorry, motorcycle by my house. Um, Il and L.
Il and L. Yeah. So, can you tell me what the difference is between il and L?
Il is male
Mm-hmm.
and L is female.
Yep. Good. So, il would refer to he, and L would refer to her. So, in like just translation terms, yes. Good. All right. Let's see. If I were to pass you on the street, um, what would you say?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Or, we're friends. What else would you be able to say?
Salut.
Salut. Yeah. Salut, Cindy. And then you would say salut. Okay. And then, like, how would you say bye?
I would take the easier way and just say ciao.
Yeah. Ça va, that works. Ciao. Um, Again, we did talk about formal and informal, but ciao, you can use it. It's totally fine. You can also say au revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
With an American accent, that's totally fine. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. You don't have to say everything. French people just like smush it all together and usually say au revoir.
Oh
Au
wow.
revoir.
Okay.
hmm Yeah. So when you do get to a little bit more pronunciation practice, it all just smashes together anyway. So au revoir.
Oh, okay,
hmm
okay.
And then let's see. What about yes?
Oui.
No?
Non.
No. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Have a good meal.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. What about have a good trip?
Bon voyage.
Bon voyage. Okay. So appetit like appetite, and then voyage like same thing in English. We talked about that. There are a lot of like terms that we take from the French, and we use it in English a lot. Okay. And something that I'm gonna say all the time. Good job. How do we say that?
Bon travail.
Bon travail. Bon travail. Yep. So French R's come from your throat. Okay. For anyone watching this, the easiest way to that I like to explain how to use your French R is to like hakalugi, like a ha. Okay, so bon travail, bon travail. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see. You're trying to get my attention. What would you say?
Excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi. Boom. What about like, oh, you accidentally bumped into someone on the street, just like, oh,
Oh, pardon.
Pardon. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what about please? This one's a mouthful.
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. And then last few ones, let's see. I just gave you something. What would you say?
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Boom. Okay, thank you very much. Or you can just say merci. Merci, oh, thank you, or thanks. And then let's see. My kids call me Mr. How would you say Mr. en français, in French?
Monsieur.
Monsieur. Boom. Okay, so they call me, like, I prefer to be called Monsieur. They can call me also Monsieur P. Madame, my teacher calls me Monsieur Paku. Paki's my whole name, but Monsieur is just fine. But because we're friends, you can just there's nothing, you don't have to call me like Lauscher or like Monsieur or anything. You know what I mean? And so, let's see. If you were to talk to someone like who was married, like a woman who would be a little bit more like aged than you, or someone who is married, a woman who's married, what would you call her?
Madame.
Madame. Boom. And then someone a little bit like young, on the younger side, who you know is not married, what would you call her?
Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle. Yeah. Okay. So, if you were trying to get, if you were trying to get my attention, how would you say, "Oh, excuse me, sir."
Pardon, monsieur.
Pardon, monsieur. Pardon. Yeah. Good. Or you can also say, "Excusez-moi, monsieur." Let's see. Actually, we don't know that yet, but good. Okay, so going back into our Jamboard, let's see. What am I asking you if I asked, comment s'appelle-t-il? Comment s'appelle-t-il?
Who is he?
Okay, so how would you answer that?
I guess I goes on our Jamboard. It would be Il s'appelle Kobe Bryant.
Il s'appelle Kobe Bryant. Boom. So literally, he calls himself Kobe Bryant, or his name is Kobe Bryant. And then, comment s'appelle-t-elle? Comment s'appelle-t-elle?
So who is she? And for our Jamboard is Elle s'appelle Britney Spears.
Elle s'appelle Britney Spears. Boom. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna continually add on to this kind of stuff. Okay, but it's good to know, like, without having to look at the notes, just have some stuff in the back of your head. But these are really common. These are really, I guess, on the easier side to remember. I think the most difficult one to remember would be like s'il vous plaît, as far as like having to remember how to write it. But I'm sure you won't ever have to get to that point, or at least not yet, not yet. So don't worry about it. No worries. All right. So moving on. What else did we learn last week that we ended with?
Numbers.
Numbers. Okay. Let's count together. Okay. Ready? Set. Go. Un, deux, trois, quatre. Quatre. Cinq. Six. Sept. Huit. Neuf. And dix. Dix. All right. Parfait. All right. So, let's see. What is, without looking at your notes, what is number 4?
Oh,
Quatre. Boom. What is 8?
What is 8? Very good question. I'm actually gonna look at the Jamboard.
You can just go 2, 3, 8. Boom. Okay. Let's see. What about deux? 2, yep. Okay, now let's try in the reverse. I will say it in French and you'll tell me what it is in English, okay?
Okay.
Six.
6.
Okay. Cinq.
5.
Okay. Let's see. Neuf.
9.
Last one. Let's see. Trois. 3. Boom. All right. Good. So we are definitely going to be adding on to those. Let's see. And And I feel like this week I will give you a little bit, like I will give you some like supplementary stuff, so actual like assignments. Like if you want some more practice, do these, and then we can correct them next time, or we can talk about them. Okay.
Awesome.
I also really want to do some like voice recording too with you, like
Uh-huh.
that way you'll actually have a reason to practice over the week. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, a little bit more practice. Today we're going to be adding on a little bit more numbers. We're going to try to go to maybe 30. But the next thing I want to ask you is, comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? What do you think I'm asking you?
How's your day?
Close, close. I'm asking you, how are you doing? How's it going?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to move on to page 4 of the Jamboard. And sorry, let me open that up on my end. Boop, boop, boop. It's so much easier to do like all the typing and stuff on my laptop because Macs are so much easier to write on, to like type on, adding on the accents and stuff. So we're on page 4. Okay, so the question is, there are a few ways to say to ask how are you. Okay, you would say the first one I asked you was comment allez-vous? Oh, I spelled that wrong. Comment allez-vous? Okay, so literally means how's it going? How are you going? Here's a little factoid. Um, you know the term how's it going?
Yeah.
Like when I studied abroad, or when it was like sometime when I went in high school, maybe to France, like we were on a tour, and our tour guide was like, you know how French people like to use how's it going in French, right? And we're like, uh-huh, yeah. And he's so, do you guys know where how's it going originated? And I'm like, no, actually. And so the guy was like, back in the monarchy days, um, the king or the people of, I'm just gonna say this without the accent. Oh my gosh, um, the people thought that uh, pooping was kind of like, I mean, of course it's disgusting, right, to talk about, and so they wouldn't poop. They would literally just hold their shit in, and so it got to the point where people actually died from being constipated, right?
Can imagine.
Yeah, and so literally like when people ask, like I think it was like the king, if they asked the king or if they asked each other, they would literally ask each other, how's it going? Literally meaning like, how is your poops going? How's your bowel movements?
Oh. Oh, so they were. Oh, okay.
Yep,
That's very.
yep,
That's an interesting factoid indeed.
yep. And so actually it ties into our next lesson, or our next question is ça va? So you can actually ask ça va, which means the same thing. Is it going? So ça va? Is it going? And the response would be, sorry, let me put Q. Here's the question. So here's the question. And then here's the response. You can say, ça va. You can say ça va with the cedilla. Okay, so ça va,
Oh.
it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Or you can also say ça va bien, like it's going well. Ça va bien. Oops, let me just.
Okay.
Yep. So let me just fix this real quick. There we go. So this is the response, and and then that's the question. Sorry, my OCD.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Things have to line up.
There you go. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would say, oh my gosh, let me make this smaller too. Okay. Comment allez-vous? Or ça va? And you would say,
Oh, ça va.
ça va or ça va bien. Say ça va bien.
Ça va bien.
Yep. So what I like to do when I'm in my classes is this is what I like to do. Sorry, I like to put emojis. Oops.
Someone needs to design like a set of like penguin emojis specifically for you.
I would love to. If anybody's watching this and would like to help me grow my channel or my brand, please let me know. Also, this one. Okay? This is what we like to do in my class. Okay? Sorry if that's a little confusing, but the response is. Oh my gosh, sorry. Here we go. There 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 we go. The response is ça va bien. Meaning, yeah, I feel great. It's going really well. Or it's going well. And then ça va would be kind of like mid-tier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so how else would you be able to respond to this? You can say très bien. Merci. What do you think très bien merci means?
Very good.
Yeah, very well. Thank you. Okay. So, ça va bien. Répétez, répète. Ça va bien.
Ça va bien.
Mm-hmm. And très bien, merci.
Très bien, merci.
Yeah. And ça va.
Ça va.
Boom. There you go. It's really weird because on the PC it looks completely different. Like the emojis look so different. I'm looking at my Mac and I'm also looking at my PC and they look so different. It's okay. It has the same effect. Okay? So how else would you say this? So ça va bien, très bien, merci. Like the equivalent would be like 好的 or 很好, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Or you could say mid-tier would also be pas mal. Okay, répétez, pas mal. Pas mal. So that means not bad. Again, mid-tier because you're not good. It's not good, but it's not bad, you know?
That's a nice attitude to take.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
College attitude.
College attitude. I love that. I love that. Okay, and then there's also comme ci, comme ça. So like this is like the French version of like so-so. So-so.
Oh, okay. Comme ci, comme ça.
Like if you take in like Japanese, you could say mama. But like French people don't necessarily say comme ci, comme ça. This is something that like we teach you in school just to be like just to give you like the different tiers of like how you're feeling. This is something natives like don't necessarily use all the time. I mean, it's there. They use it here and there, but it's not their preference, I'm sure. So, comme ci, comme ça. It's just this. I'd also like to note that like comme ça means like like that, like comme ça, good, like that, boom, comme ça. Yeah, but you don't have to know that yet. That's just a little factoid, yeah. Okay, so for now, how would you answer this? Comment allez-vous?
Pas mal.
Pas mal. Okay. Okay. There's another question that I totally did not I totally forgot to say, but comment allez-vous is the formal way to ask the question. The informal way to ask this question is comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? Okay.
Oh, comment vas-tu?
And in a little bit, maybe in the next week lesson, we'll learn about the what is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on with that. We'll learn the verb to be, which is oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on the English word. It's not preterite. I'm completely blanking. It's a verb, but I forget what kind of verb it was called. Not idiom. Oh my gosh, if anybody can tell me in the comments below what it is in English, please let me know. But anyway.
Us multi-language people, we start forgetting how to English.
I know, seriously. But anyway, so comment allez-vous? That's the formal way to say it, to ask it. If you wanted to ask someone on the street, normally French people wouldn't like talk to people in the street, but There's the formal way to say it, and then the informal way to say it, like between friends. If you're talking to me, you would say, "Comment vas-tu?"
Comment
"Comment
vas-tu?
vas-tu?" Yeah, with the inflection. So you don't have to worry about tone. It's not Chinese, so don't worry about it. "Comment vas-tu?"
Comment vas-tu?
Oh, ça va bien. Très excité. I'm very excited. Ça va
Oh,
bien.
okay.
I'm doing really well. Merci. Okay. And then bottom tier, like, oh, I feel like crap. Let's see. Let's see. There are a few things that we like to say. So first thing that we like to say is let's see. Ça va mal. So if pas mal means it's not bad, ça va mal means it's going bad. So
Oh.
mal means bad.
Uh-huh.
So ça va mal. Like if you just woke up one day and you were on like your Shark Week and you're just like and I asked you, "Oh, comment vas-tu?" and you're just like, "Oh, ça va mal." I'm like, "Oh, all right." Okay.
This is gonna be the Saturday after midterms.
Oh, yeah, pretty much, right? There's also the little bit more like grammatically like a little bit more grammatical kind of way to say this would be ça ne va pas bien. So literally like um ça ne va pas bien means it's not going like in the negation form. So ça ne va pas bien, it's not going well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's good to know both. Ça va mal. It's shorter, but also this is also like way not necessarily grammatically correct, but it's a little bit more of a uh I want to say I don't want to say advanced, but a higher level of way of saying it. If that
Oh,
makes
okay,
sense.
okay.
Ça ne va pas bien. It's not. It is not going well.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Ça ne va pas bien.
Mhm. Ça ne va pas bien. So, in French, we don't say like the s's at the end. So when you say ça ne va pas, it's not ça ne va
Uh-huh.
pas. It's ça ne va pas bien.
Oh, ça ne va pas bien.
Yep. Boom. And then the last one, it's like you literally just woke out of like just rolled out of bed and you're tired as hell. You would say, "Oh, fatigué."
Oh, that's easy.
Fatigué. What word does it look like in English?
Fatigue.
Fatigued. Yep, exactly. So, um, from the bottom tier ones, how would you answer this? Comment vas-tu?
Oh, ça ne va pas bien.
Boom. Okay. All right. So let's do a little bit of a role play. All right. Um, we're like passing each other. We're in school again. We're back at UH, and I just came out of a French class, and you just came out of Chinese 40, Chinese 365 or something, whatever. And we're passing each other in the hallway. And I say, "Oh, salut Cindy, comment vas-tu?"
Salut, Chloe. Pas mal.
Pas mal. Okay. And then you can ask me.
Uh, Comment vas-tu?
Mm, let's see. Right now I want to say pas mal aussi, pas mal aussi. Okay. So another thing to add here, what we can ask is, et toi, or et vous. Okay.
Et toi?
Okay. What do you think these mean?
Me?
What was that?
How would you say me?
What do you think these mean?
I want to just say how's it?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It would be more like and you. And
Oh,
you. So the difference between a toi and a vous is that if you take a look up here when I ask that question, right? Comment allez-vous? And then comment vas-tu? You see these here, right? So vous would be the formal way to ask it, and a toi would be the informal way to ask it. I should
okay,
have
okay.
switched those, but it's fine. Okay, so if you're talking to me, what would you say? What would you what would you use?
Et toi?
Et toi. Boom. Because et toi you would use. We just had a quiz on this with my kiddies. With my students. We just had a quiz on this, and they had to tell us when would we use et toi, when would we use et vous, and give us some different examples. So for et toi, you would use these for like people your age, your friends, your family. So that includes your maras, bradas, aunties, sisters, uncles, nephews, cousins, kind. Um, grandpa, uh, what else? Your younger brother, your dog, your cat. Okay, but if you that only if you're talking to one person though. Okay, so like if you're talking to like the kid next door, you would probably use a toi because they are younger than you or you guys have that familiar relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So informal kind of means like a familiar kind of relationship. So if you're talking to like your neighbor who you live next to for many years, you could probably use a toi.
Uh-huh.
But if you're talking to someone who you've never met before or is a higher status than you, status meaning like profession, career, or like just title, then you would use a vous.
Oh, okay.
For example, if you're talking to like your dad's boss, you would use a vous.
Improve.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're meeting like um, say someone older than you for the first time, then you would use a vous just to be on like it's better to start off on a higher level of formality than it is to like start on a lower one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so for example, if you're talking to someone like a restaurant manager, what would you use?
Improve.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're talking to your grandmother, what would you use?
Et toi?
But good. Um, and here's a trick question. What would you use if you were talking to your mom and your dad?
Oh, with my mom and my dad, it's gonna be Evu
Why?
because they're my parents.
Mm, well, okay, so a vous is correct, but not because they're your parents. Because you would use a vous if you're talking to more than one person.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you would still use a toi with your parents, because
Okay.
again it's your parents. It's familiar. It's your family. Yep. So if you wanted to put like a little bit like a factoid or something in your notes or however you want to notate it, a toi you would use for let's see, someone familiar, meaning like family, friends. Oops, spelled that wrong. Family, friends, animals, pets. Someone familiar. Okay. Oh, someone younger. I don't like that. Hold on. Someone younger than you. You would use a toi. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, but the thought of being informal to my parents kind of like, wow, just runs against everything that I know in
But
my
like
life.
definitely like it's really up to the family, but more like if you were studying, say for example, if you were studying abroad and
Mm-hmm.
you were living with the host family, for me personally I used Evu until they told me I could use like I could be casual with them or informal with them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But for me I think it's just a personal preference. And then I know like some families would be like, "Oh, no, it's fine. You can just call me. You can just use the informal with me."
Mm.
There's an actual term for that called like tutoyer and vouvoyer, meaning like, "Oh, you can use the informal toi or tu version, or
Uh-huh.
please use the formal vous version." So, Um, that one is not that one's just a little another additional like thing. But
Yeah.
most time, if you're going to someplace foreign, vous you can yeah vous would be suffice. And then would be like so someone of higher status, career, profession, age, um, somewhat unknown. All right. Okay. Oh, let me fix that. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, uh, now, okay, we don't know each other. We're meeting for the first time, Cindy. But I mean, like, I'm not anyone different. I'm still the same age. Okay, but we're meeting for the first time. Um, but so, let's try to role play this out now, okay?
Okay.
So, we're passing each other in the hall at, what, I don't even remember what that building is called anymore. The language building. Moore. We're passing the hall.
Or
We're passing each other at Moore Hall, and then I say, oh, or we sit. Wait, actually, this makes more sense if we're sitting next to we're sitting next to each other in our French 101 class, and I say, oh, salut. Comment tu t'appelles?
salut, je m'appelle Cindy. Et vous?
Um, let's see. Je m'appelle Colby. Uh, comment vas-tu?
Pas mal. Et vous?
Uh, oh, très bien, merci. And then I think that's about everything we know about for now. But if you were like passing each other, or if you were just having like a quick conversation, you could be like, oh, ciao, or whatever. So in that situation, I met you for the first time, but I was already using the comment vas-tu or the toi version. So in that case, if someone is already using the casual form with you, you can also use the casual form.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, Avu is fine because like you're meeting someone for the first time, and then they'll like honestly, if they feel uncomfortable with that, they'll tell you. Oh, like oh
Uh,
no, you can like use toi or whatever. They'll probably just
uh-huh.
think that you're like a beginner, but I mean, understandably so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. That was
Like,
awesome.
or how we first met.
What is
How we
that?
actually first met.
How did we actually first meet? Was it in 205?
It was in 205, and I remember you were just sitting in the back, and I was always in the front. And we just perpetually just never talked to each other like directly until 305 because the class is small enough. But in 205, either of us would make a comment and then the other would just react.
Is that how it went? Oh my gosh! Like that's so many. Like actually, that's like a couple of years ago. I can't even remember. I
Yeah.
just remember that
But I
I
remember,
was like a loud asshole.
no, you were the one that would like always come in. I would see that you always have like some food with you and some coffee, and I was thinking, wow, what would I give to just like have this coffee right now? And you're just always like, oh, yeah, sure, sorry, I'm late.
I was late because I was getting the coffee right outside the door. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's see. What else have we not learned yet? Okay, we're gonna add on a little bit more notes for the common expressions. So now that we know how to ask like basic conversational stuff, like what's your name? What's his name? What's her name? How are you? Let's talk about um some more like things that are pretty practical, some more expressions that are pretty practical. Okay? So, uh if I were to ask you something and you don't know what to say, you would say, je ne. Oh, you would say, je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas. What does that mean? I don't know.
I thought, oh, okay.
I don't know. Exactly. Je ne sais pas means I don't know. So however you want to rate these notes, you can put like I don't know. Okay. So this would be like a part two of like the expressions and stuff. So now if you don't know how to say something, if I ask you a question and you don't know, you can say je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas.
Exactly. And so you know in like movies and stuff in scripts they have like they say like oh she has that je ne sais quoi to it. That literally means like oh she has this like I don't know what about her. Like the certain thing that I just don't know about. Like oh she has this je ne sais quoi. It's
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So now you know. Je ne sais pas quoi. And then if you want to say, I don't understand, like if I ask you a question and you don't understand, like you know it, but you don't understand, like, I don't want to say you know it, but you don't understand what I'm saying, you would say, je ne comprends pas. This one's a little bit more difficult on the throat, but je ne comprends pas.
wow. Okay. Je ne comprends.
Comprends. And the en makes the en sound.
Oh, comprends pas.
Yep, je ne comprends pas.
Je ne comprends.
Yep, je ne comprends pas. So with an American accent, je ne comprends pas. And it means.
Okay, je ne comprends.
So what?
It is a bit of a tongue twister.
Like a throat twister, I like to call them. Je ne comprends pas. So what English word does what English word does this look like to you?
Comprehend means sounds like comprehension.
Yep.
Or looks like.
Yep.
Or,
So I don't understand, or literally I don't comprehend. Yep. So if I ask you comment allez-vous and you didn't, well, you were like, huh? Je ne comprends pas. I don't understand what you just said. Like je ne comprends pas. Okay. Je ne sais pas. I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing. Or if I asked you, if I were like, if I just asked you, I was pointing to something, and I was like, oh, comment s'appelle-t-il? And if you didn't, like, if you didn't know, what would you say? Comment s'appelle-t-il?
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas, exactly. French people like to like smash things together again, so it would be instead of saying je ne sais pas, like enunciating, it would be je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. Yep. And then same thing with je comprends pas. You would like smash the je and the ne together. It would be je ne comprends pas.
Je ne comprends pas.
Yeah, but for practice reasons, you can it's better to just keep pronouncing everything. Okay. Je ne sais pas and je ne comprends pas.
Je ne sais pas. Je ne comprends pas.
Yep. All right. So, a little bit more. How would you say please?
That's a good question. S'il vous plaît.
Boom. S'il vous plaît. How would you say thank you?
Merci, and then if I really wanted to be specific, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Oh, je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. This one is also another throat twister. So, and every time you have, for me, every time there's a PR, prie, it's always a throat twister. Okay, so répète. Je vous en prie.
Je vous en prie.
Prie. Yep. Je vous en prie. With an American accent, je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. Bon. Okay. Let's see. This means you're welcome. And this one is a little bit more, this one would be considered a more formal way to say you're welcome. Je vous en prie. This is what people like if you go to a restaurant and you say, oh, merci, they would say, je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. Or like, you know, business deals. You're like, oh, merci beaucoup. Oh, je vous en prie. So, a little more formal. Another way to say this on the casual form would be de rien. De rien.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, de rien. So hakalugi go like there's something stuck in your throat. Go No, do it, do it.
I don't know if I can do it. Huh?
De rien. So what I want you to go, what I want you to do is go he, and go like add a little bit more spit in the back of your throat. Go he, he.
He.
Yeah, close enough. And then go rien, rien,
Yeah.
rien. Yep. So de rien.
Rien.
Yeah, boom. And so that literally means it's nothing. So rien means nothing. So it means it's nothing. More casual. You would say like, oh merci, oh de rien. It's nothing.
I like how the simpler one is the one that trips me up the most.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Okay, and then this is one. Then this is another way to say like, this is literally a way to say no problem. Okay. This is something that we don't teach until later, but I mean, this is also very useful, very practical. You would say pas de problème. Is that the accent right? Pas problème. Pas problème. It's all the R's. It's all the R's. Pas problème. Pas problème. So you could say like you don't have to say pas de problème. It's grammatically it's correct, but most people again you would smash it together and say pas problème. Not a problem. Yep. So pas, if you remember from ça ne va pas bien, that means not, or it means like negation. So not. So pas de problème, not a problem, no problem.
Pas problem.
I'm gonna double check to make sure that my accent is correct. Yep, it's correct. Okay. Pas problème. Bon. So if you like, let's see, if you gave me some chocolates, I'll be like, oh my gosh, Cindy, merci beaucoup.
I will say pas problem.
Pas problème, yeah. Or you can say you're welcome. How would you say you're welcome?
Je vous en prie.
Je vous en prie. Bon. Okay, je vous en prie. And then if you passed me something over and I was like, oh merci, you would say?
Pas problem.
You can say pas problème. How would you say it's nothing?
De rien.
De rien. Bon. So it's nothing. It's more like de rien is more like no big deal. In that sense, in that context, it's like more like no big deal. Yeah, de rien. Okay. All right. So this is gonna be the hardest thing, but the most practical thing that you will ever learn. Okay. So let me type it out for you. This is like if anybody learns like takes French and they last a week in French, this is the only thing that they know how to say. That's the thing that everybody is like, oh my gosh, you teach French? I took French in high school. The only thing like I remember is how to say, can I go to the bathroom?
I thought you were gonna teach me the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
No. No. Oops. Hold on. All right, so this is definitely going to be a mouthful. Okay, sorry. There we go. So, répétez. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Okay. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? You would say, let's chunk it up bigger. Let's make bigger chunks. So again, one more time. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Yep. So literally means can I? So est-ce que je peux is like can I, or am I able to go? Oops. So am I able to go to the toilet, please? Or can I use the bathroom? Or may I use the bathroom, please? I'm gonna just put that. May I use the bathroom, please? Or may I go to the bathroom? Literally means, may I go to the bathroom, please? So try and say it out with me. Est-ce que je peux
Est-ce que je peux
aller aux toilettes,
aller aux toilettes,
s'il vous plaît?
s'il vous plaît?
Okay, now the whole thing together. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
Yep, boom. There you go. So, est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? So, in the middle of a lesson, if you ever need to use the bathroom, this is how you can ask us. This is how you can ask. It's really cute because like how my students are all online, right? And sometimes they would unmute themselves and be like, Monsieur. I'm like, what? And like, est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? But it would be like slower, right? And I'll be like, yeah, go ahead. And then I give them like an extra half a point, like in participation credit because they were able to say it.
So I asked you if they could use it.
Yeah. So after French 1, then I don't give them that extra half point. Yeah. And it's really funny because sometimes too they don't want to unmute themselves, so they just type it in the chat. It's cute. I think it's cute. All right. And then we're almost there. Just a few more. So let's see. We learned how to say just a few more new what is it called? Expressions. Okay, we learned how to say goodbye. But how would you say, like, now let's learn how to say see you later, or see you soon, or see you tomorrow. So if you wanted to say see you later, it would be à tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. Okay, so à tout à l'heure means like see you in a little while, or see you at another hour. Literally means see you at another hour, or like at another hour or something. But it means like see you later. I like to use it as see you later.
Okay.
À tout à l'heure. Yep. So the L so H's are silent in French. So it would be l'heure. You pronounce the L. Yep. So l'heure. Good. You have so much better pronunciation than my students. À tout à l'heure.
À tout à l'heure.
Yep. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. So if you were to say, yep. So if you were to smash it together, it would be à tout à l'heure. So you would say à tout à l'heure.
Oh, à tout à l'heure.
Yep. À tout à l'heure.
Oh.
Just like smash it together. And if you wanted to say like see you soon, oh, oops. It would be à bientôt. Oops. This one. See you soon is à bientôt.
À bientôt.
Yep, à bientôt.
À bientôt.
Okay. Let's see you soon. Because little bit of like linguistics, syntax. Fuck it, whatever. Etymology. To means like to means early. So see you soon. See you like at an earlier time. Okay. So the difference between like see you later and see you soon, like see you soon, it would be more so like if I knew I was gonna see you again later, like today or maybe even tomorrow. Like if we're gonna go hang out for dinner tonight, I would be like, oh, à bientôt. See you tonight, right? À bientôt. See you soon. And then à tout à l'heure is like later, like you kind of don't know when the next time you're gonna see him, or it's gonna be like just like later, like maybe in a few days or something. So like, how would you say, have a good trip, see you later?
Bon voyage. À tout à l'heure.
Yeah, there you go. So if I was gonna go to like study abroad, you would be like, oh, bon voyage, à tout à l'heure. Have a good, yeah. Have a good trip. Or if I was like passing by you at like Zippy's or something and you were eating, right? I'd be like, oh, bon appetit, à bientôt. Like, oh, have a good meal, I'll see you soon. Yeah,
Okay.
so now you can just like pick and you can like pick from all of these different like sentences and stuff, and you can put them together and make like actual conversation.
Yes, I can. It'd be very basic conversation.
Yeah,
The
that's great,
overloading
and
conversation.
that's the
The
most important
lessons.
thing. And then, oops, let me just make this move this around. Okay, and then the last one the last one is, oops, oops, that's not it. Adema. Okay, adema means see you tomorrow. Oh, let me hold
Demand.
on. Adema. Yep, adema.
Demand.
Okay, so literally tomorrow means, I mean, dema means tomorrow. So this is gonna come up next lesson when we talk a little bit about time.
Would the N here be silent as well?
It's kind of silent. It's more like a nasal silent. So like dema, you're not gonna say deman. It's dema.
Demand.
So end,
Demand.
yeah. So ends at the end usually make it a little bit more nasally. So adema.
Demand.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So okay. So let's do a little bit more role playing now. Okay. Um. So you see me coming out of more, and you're going to initiate the conversation. Just a simple conversation. How would it go?
I'll be spending Kobe.
Oh,
I
salut
think
Cindy.
comment vas-tu?
Oh, ça va bien. Et toi?
Um, pas mal.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Wait. What else could you say there? Let's see. Oh, yeah, and you can just end it there. So, well, how would you say it? What would you say?
Um, wait a minute. This motorcycle passed by.
No worries.
I'm assuming I'm just gonna see you again later in the day, like for class. It'll be à bientôt.
Yeah, à bientôt. À bientôt, Cindy. Ciao.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. There's like that's like the simplest like simplest like interaction you could have right now, and that's kind of that's so cool.
Second week, yes.
Yeah.
I could have at least go up to you now
Mhm.
and speak something to you in French.
Yeah. Definitely. And like I think no, definitely Duolingo does not start off with this kind of stuff first, but I think that like it's this is a great foundation. Knowing like here's some bits and pieces that you can actually use in your daily life, you know.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I am a woman, I am a man, that is a boy, that is a girl. Like as great as that is, as great as Duolingo is as a teaching tool, it's not like the most ideal. So, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add on to our numbers, okay? So we're gonna go all the way up to 30 today. Okay, so we're gonna go back to page 3. Okay, and we're gonna add on. Okay, so let's see. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20. Oops. Okay, so you have okay, 11 is onze. Oh, yep, onze.
Once.
I'm just gonna write it all out first. Hello. 13. Okay, says I forgot to prepare this part for today, but it's okay. 19 and 20. All right, so let's go through these. So 11 is onze.
Once.
12 is douze.
Douze.
13.
Treize.
14.
Quatorze.
14.
Quatorze.
Mm-hmm. Quinze.
Tens.
16.
Says.
18.
Sweet.
Oh, sorry, I totally skipped 17. 17.
Oh, 17.
18.
18.
19.
19.
And 20.
20.
20. Bon. Hey, one more time. One more time. Let's go through it one more time. So, 11.
11.
12.
12.
13.
13.
14.
14.
15.
15.
16.
16.
17.
17.
18.
18.
19.
19.
20.
20.
Good. All right. So,
Okay.
what do you notice about these numbers?
Everything from like 11 through 16 kind of is like basically the same as 1 through 6.
Mhm.
And it's only like 17 through 19 where it's kind of like the Chinese where you have like 10 and another number.
There you go. Yeah. Exactly. So, one thing that I like to note here is that when I'm teaching, that when students are first learning like 1 through 20, is that there's a difference between de and douze.
There and douze.
So what's de
There's 2.
and what is douze?
12.
Good. So a lot of people when they first start learning, they like to pronounce de as do, because it looks like it's supposed to be pronounced do. But sometimes when you get into a little bit more like complicated stuff where like you're telling the time, then there's de and douze actually makes a huge difference, right?
Oh yeah, 2 and 12.
Yeah. So say de
Yeah.
and douze.
Douze.
Good. Okay. So 11 looks like un, douze, and then 13 looks like trois, kind of sort of. 14.
Yeah.
Again with that QU, right? 14. With the American accent, you can say 14. It's fine. And then 15, same thing. The IN is that like sound, so you would say quinze.
Tens.
And then 16 is 16.
Says.
Okay, so 13 and 16 rhyme, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Says.
13 and 16, it rhymes. And then 17, 18, 19, basically just like Chinese, you would say 17, so 10 and 7, 10 and 8, and 10 and 9. So 17, 18, 19. Or you would be like 17, 18, 19. I totally forgot how to count in Chinese already. Totally did it just major in it, but I digress. Okay, so let's count from 11 to 20. Ready? And go. 11, 12, yep. 13, 14, 14, yep. 15, 15, yep. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It makes that sound. And we have time. We have just enough time, like a minute or two, to do 20 to 29, because here we go. 21, 22, 23, and 29, and 30. Here's what I'm gonna do. Ooh. There we go. So, sorry, give me 1 sec. Okay. All right, so take a look at this. What do you notice?
Oh, it's literally like 20 plus
Yep.
number.
So that's why I put the arrow.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 21 is 21.
21.
21. So literally 20 and 1. So A means and.
Oh,
So
21.
21.
21.
21. So like in French, there's a little thing called like liaison or like connection. So
Yes.
whenever you have like a word with like a vowel at the beginning, you take the
Uh-huh.
you always connect like that last like consonant sound from that word before it. So 21.
21.
Yep. So 21.
21.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And then everything after would be 22,
22.
23.
20. Oh, and then 24.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
25
5.
or 25.
Yep.
26.
Mm-hmm.
27.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
29.
Oh, 28.
28. 29.
Yep.
And
And that is 30. 30.
30.
30. With the American accent, it'd be like 30, but it would be 30.
30.
30. Boom. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So we learned how to count from. We learned how to count from 1 to 30 now. And let me tell you, I
Oh.
can already tell you now, 30 all the way to 69 are also just as easy. But we'll learn that next week. Alrighty. So, do you have any questions about what we learned today?
Not in particular. I guess like if I can just send you like the pronunciation recordings through the week.
Yes.
Um,
I will have some like I will actually like make some prompts and stuff for you to follow. That way you're not just like repeating everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of the kind of exercises that I want to do in my classes, but you'll be my guinea pig. No offense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will create like uh, a folder with all the
Yeah.
assignments and stuff that I like to use with my kids, and I'll add you to it, and I'll be like, oh, do this one, or do this one, and do this one. Okay.
Awesome.
So, with that said, do you have any other questions, or do you have any like comments or anything for now before we end our lesson?
No, I'm excited that I can start holding simple conversations now.
Yes, I'm so excited. We're definitely gonna be practicing a lot more. So next week we're gonna do a review, and then we're gonna get into a little bit. We're gonna dive more deeper. So we'll talk a little bit more about time, and we'll days of the week, a little bit more numbers, and we're gonna progress from there. Like, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Cindy, for letting me teach you, for letting me like practice my craft.
Thank you for taking the time to teach me. I'm excited.
So again, I will see you. I will be meeting with you again at 10 o'clock. For those of you watching this, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So I think 1 p.m. PST. Every Saturday. So please tune in. Follow my YouTube at Mr. McPenguin. I will post this lesson on there. And yeah, leave a comment if there's anything that you folks want to learn or anything that I missed. And I will see you folks next time. A bientôt.